meditate on this. The subconscious mind is like a black hole. It's a vacuum. It pulls in everything that crosses its path. The portals or gateways to the subconscious mind exist on the human body, in the human body. Some of them are called ears, some of them are called eyes. And you can receive certain signals and things and messages, etc., through these senses, through these tools for senses, sight, hearing, etc. But no matter what you do, no matter what you put in front of your ears, no matter what you put in front of your eyes, just understand that the subconscious mind is going to receive that and it's going to be embedded within you in perpetuity. It's going to be with you forever. And the people in power know this. The ruling class know this, and they do a damn good job of putting things in there that are not going to lead to quality of thought. It's important that you take control of this and try to embed things with high quality of thought into your subconscious mind, so that when they come back to the surface, when they come back, they pop out on the other side, they're fruitful. The things that are good for you, things that lead to quality of thought. So try to embed good things in your subconscious mind. Now that we know we have to program the subconscious mind, do that consciously, the next question becomes, with what? I believe we need to start with music. Music is very natural. Everybody loves music. They're even treating dementia with music, because music can take you to the past, bring you to memories, the vibe. Everything is just seems to come into focus clearly. It's easily visualized when you put music and have a soundtrack to your life. And so what type of music do we listen to? You know, it's part of our daily ritual. It's part of our daily dealings in programming the subconscious mind. The type of music we listen to is very important. And think about quality of thought. Is your music going to nurture the idea of quality of thought? Or is it ratchet? Is it supremely ghetto? Is it trash? Or is it breathing life into you? Right? It's the difference between listening to, you know, something that's promoting death as to something that's promoting life. Looking at some of the neurological effects that happen when you listen to certain types of music, nourishing the brain with that type of music. The TV shows you watch, the movies you watch. What type of shows do you watch, and how are you inspired by them? What are the images that are being implanted in your subconscious mind from the movies and TV and the media that you watch, from the things you watch on YouTube, etc., etc. If you look at one of those controversial stories about TikTok, I said that Chinese people, or the Chinese Communist Party, whatever, has a different algorithm than the one for the Western nations. The one in the Western nations, the kids are watching videos that go viral, doing pranks and all types of silly stuff. And China's algorithm is showing kids completing puzzles and doing math. These are the things they're promoting because they understand the programming of the subconscious mind is very important for the future of your people and where they're going. So with that same concept in mind, you know, what type of media are you always being influenced by? What type of media do you constantly force yourself to be influenced by? You know, what if we saw images of love all the time instead of images of destruction, war, etc., etc.?
What type of media is Hotep Jesus influenced by?
I like the old stuff. I like the classics. Mostly written work, literature. That's the type of stuff I listen to. I listen to a lot of lectures. You know, one of my favorite lecturers is John Henry Clark, Dr. Kaba Kamene. Those are like two of my faves. I like listening to scholarly work, scholarly teachers. I go to bed to to chess videos, but I also need some gangster in my life. You know, I'm not perfect, but I need some, you know, I need some cartel gang member, you know, type programming. This is, you know, that's the stuff I happen to like. You know, I like violent movies. I like heists. I like heist movies, like The Italian Job and Ocean's 11 and, you know, those types of things. I like military movies. Like, I thought the new Top Gun was amazing. But I also try to be conscious of what I'm seeing, and so, you know, what's clear is we're gonna come across some content that is not going to nurture quality or high quality of thought. So what we have to do is we have to wrap this stuff with labels. So what you can do is when an image appears before your subconscious mind, what we can do is we can frame it. So when it gets embedded and it gets stored within your mental hard drive, it's filed in a folder, you know, marked bad, marked good, marked to question, marked, you know, you can label these things. So sometimes when things come into our subconscious mind, we don't frame it, we don't put a label on it. I think we have to say, okay, if I'm watching a movie and they're murdering people, let's say for instance, as we're watching this, we got to label that bad. This is bad. This is no bueno, right? And even some labels that your personal opinion might weigh in on, and how you manage this stuff logically. So even though everything is going to be received by your subconscious mind, and some things you may enjoy, some pieces of content you may enjoy, it's very important to frame that stuff and label that stuff. So when it gets into your subconscious mind, your subconscious mind knows, okay, this is this and this is that. So it knows clear difference. It's not just sitting there to be sprouted later on in the wrong manner or intent. What is your receptivity? Are you receiving the signals, or are you only transmitting them? You have to tune your inner radio to receive messages, not only send them. Sometimes we get caught up with our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is constantly sending signals out to the universe, to God, to friends, family, etc., etc. But sometimes you have to reset yourself and come back to zero and just say, I'm not intending to send any messages, I'm intending to receive them. I call it no mind. I've spoken about this in the past. I want to open up the mind, enter a state of receptivity, to receive the signals, to be imbued by God. Messages, prescient visualizations, to be omniscient. All these things are made possible by entering a receptive state, by dismissing the world and all of its physicalness, dismissing the world and all of its 3D-ness, dismissing the matrix, forgetting you are of this physical dimension. Dismissing all of that, obviously easier said than done, but moving away from all of these things, dismissing them from their mind. And the easiest way to do that is to actually distract yourself. You have to distract yourself with the senses. It's much easier to enter a state of receptivity when you're out here and you have the breeze blowing against your skin. That's easy to meditate on. When you have the waves you can look at, the seagulls passing over your head, the sun and the way the sun shimmers off the surface of the water, the clouds, the people, all these things, if you allow them to, will open you up to receptivity. They make you receptive. In order to turn off your brain, you got to turn on your 5 senses. Or when I say brain, I mean that conscious mind sending signals and trying to enter a state of receiving the signals. For example, you can't eat and think at the same time. You're either tasting your food or you're thinking. You can't do both at the same time. You can do intervals. You can think and then taste, think and then taste. But while you're tasting your food, the only thing you're thinking about is, this food tastes good. You only think about the food. So sometimes I like to hijack my subconscious when I don't have an environment like this. or hijack the conscious mind with a teaspoon of honey, a tablespoon of honey. That taste completely absorbs your conscious mind and focuses it in because that taste is just so full. So that's another way to hijack the conscious mind and put yourself in a place of receptivity. But the lesson here is remembering that in order to enter receptivity, sometimes you have to distract yourself, but distract yourself with those natural things that exist all around us. Enter a state of receptivity.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Two, one, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
What's up, people? We back.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Happy Labor Day. Got a text message. It was like, you working on a holiday? Damn right I am.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
You damn right I am. Hey, the devil works hard, but Hotep Jesus works harder.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You're no days off, baby. No days off. We puts in this grind. The people need the message, and the people gonna get the message. You dig what I'm saying? Happy Labor Day, though. Shout out to all the people that didn't have to go to work today. Salute to you. Must be nice to have a steady paycheck. I don't know what that's like. But I'm glad you guys have that. I'm glad you guys live a life like that. Somebody has to live a life like that. Somebody needs to have a nice, cushy life. And having a job is such a great thing. I was telling people that. They're like, oh, Tep, I want to be independent entrepreneur. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't want this life. Trust and believe. You do not want this life. Be happy you have a job. I understand you want to make the transition over here into entrepreneurship, but don't look down on your job. Don't look down on people who have jobs, because some people ain't got one and need one. I remember what it was like to need and want a job and not have one and not be able to get one. It's not a great feeling at all. Disclaimer, this stream contains adult humor and was created strictly for comedic and artistic purposes. No offense is intended toward any products individuals featured in this video. With that being said, welcome to the Grift Report daily, Monday through Friday. Actually, 7 days a week, 2 p.m. Times change on the weekend depending on what's happening, but we're here 7 days a week for the Grift Report. I am your host, the Grift God, Hotep Jesus. We got to celebrate. We just broke 4,000 subscribers over on Rumble. Let's go, baby. The only account of mine that grows is the one on Rumble. My Twitter doesn't grow. My YouTube doesn't grow. When I saw it hit 4,000, I was like, oh, let me take a look at this. Here, let me show you what I was looking at. Oh, this screen. Let's go here. Oh, shut up. Let's go here. All right, let's go to my YouTube my Twitter stats. Let's pull up my Twitter stats here. Bing bong, bing bong, boom, 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 boom. All right, everybody see my Twitter stats right here. According to Social Blade. And you see here, very slow growth, very minor growth. Some of this stuff comes off the heels of Gutfeld, and then it's just losing followers, which could just be fake accounts. But it says last 30 days, I've only grown 500 followers. Didn't used to be like that. Then let's take a look at YouTube. Take a look at YouTube, right? So you'll see the same thing. You'll see the bump right there. This is the Gutfeld bump, right? And after the Gutfeld bump, it's just silence. Just pure silence. And then how about we just take away 100 followers? And then more silence. Just don't grow the account. You know? Just fuck that account. This is why I don't promote my YouTube account, because it's pretty much fucking pointless. It's just throwing subscribers into oblivion, into the void. People complain, they say they don't get their notifications and all types of weird shit and suggested and doesn't tell you when I'm live. Yesterday, Uncle Hotep went live. I went to his account and kept refreshing his account. Nothing popped up. And it wasn't until I entered his video from the DM that it finally appeared on his page. I think the term Hotep might be shadow banned. I don't know. Anyway, let's go in the bag. Let's go in the Grift bag, see what we got here. We don't got much, It's a slow news day, mostly because, here's something to discuss. Why is today a slow news day? It's a slow news day because the news people aren't at work. So what does that say about every other day? Basically what it says is people wake up and they find something wrong with the world to report to people, right? This is what's happening. So it's a slow news day because nobody's at work. So if nobody ever reported the news, would we even be flummoxed by some of the things that happens in the media? Would it happen? It's a really good question. So let's go to the first story today. I had this in here for a couple of days now. Says Eric Adams uses NYPD drones to spy on backyards as Jovert West Indian Day parties commence. So apparently they're using some Big Brother technology, some drone stuff. So it says here, if a caller states there's a large crowd, a large party in the backyard, we're going to be utilizing our assets to go up and check out the party. The assistant NYPD commissioner stated at a press conference on Thursday. Privacy and civil liberties advocates promptly shared their disdain for the new surveillance system and have suggested that the current drone use may already break existing laws regarding police monitoring. It's troubling. It's a troubling announcement, and it flies in the face of the Post Act, said Daniel Schwartz, a privacy and technology strategist at the New York Civil Liberties Union, in reference to a 2020 city law that mandates the NYPD disclose its surveillance tactics. Deploying drones in this way is a sci-fi inspired scenario. Mayor Eric Adams, who is a former police captain, has expressed support for the use of drones. Remember when we covered the Mayor Eric Adams and he pulled out the R2D2 bot? Says here, one of the biggest concerns with the rush to roll out new forms of aerial surveillance is how few protections we have against seeing these cameras aimed at our backyards or even our bedrooms. Clearly, flying a drone over a backyard barbecue is a step too far for many New Yorkers. Yeah, what if we're like sunbathing nude in the backyard and you fly your little quadcopter? You know what I mean? Shit's not cool. Shit's not cool. However, you guys ever played that game, Watch Dogs? Let's see if we can pull that up. I think Watch Dogs 2 was the latest one. Really, 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 really fun game.
With the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, you earn 2%.
Shut up. Hold on. Let's part 1 full game 2 years ago. Yeah. So this is one of the games that I absolutely adore and love is Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 2 I felt was, no wait, I want to say, was it 2 or 3? Oh, this is 2. No, 3 is better. 3 is way better. 2 was a little too but anyways, you see here you know, individual yeah, this is part 2. Part 3 was better. But as the main character, the protagonist here, he basically operates drones and does all types of surveillance stuff and hacks into people's personal files, banks, you name it. Really, really fun game. It's like GTA, except your guy has a drone, which makes it somewhat better. I think GTA's missions are more fun. But this is a really, really cool game. You get to hijack other drones too. Part 3 was much better. I don't think I beat part 3 yet, but really fun game. But when you watch this game, if you've ever played this game, you should totally believe that what you're doing is you're actually looking through a looking glass into the future. This is what our future is going to look like. And when you look at these streets in this game, I don't know if we can see a view. Okay, here's a view. And you look at, so, all right, let's do 3. Because Watch Dogs 3 had a lot of drones in the sky. And you'll see, all right, so maybe here you can see like drones just everywhere in the sky, like flying down the street. Or can you see one in the background there? There's a drone in the background there. He uses a cell phone to hack into a lot of stuff. You see the drones flying in the air. So this is sort of looking to the future where things are autonomous. There's all types of autonomous bots, but it's definitely predictive programming happening here. There's some artificial intelligence elements. Actually, the game communicates through artificial intelligence. There's an artificial intelligence bot in the game. Here he is flying on one of the construction drones. And you hijack that, and that allows you to go to different heights. So yeah, anyway, I fully expect in the future that our skies will be filled with drones, delivery drones, surveillance drones, police drones, military drones, Interpol drones, all types of drones will be in our skies. It'll be quite common. Anyway, let's go back. So that's Mayor Eric Adams. Let me check on the chat. What up, chat? Shredder shotgun shells can take down a drone? Yeah, absolutely. Watch Dogs Legion is the name? Yeah, that's the one. John Connor, Ben told you? Facts. Facts. Lave said, if AJ don't win Grifter of the Year, I'm riding. Let's go.
Hotep Jesus.
Let's go. Make sure you hit the like button, please. Get more people in here. Hit the like button. Let's get more people in here. Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs is our world. Yeah, I agree. New Assassin's Creed coming soon, too. I can't wait to play that. Nick Bergstrom said, HJ putting in work while Unc is picking apples. Yeah, you know, when you got a nice cushy desk job, you can go out and pick apples on a holiday. Me, however, the grift don't stop, man. I gotta put this work in. My life is on the line here, people. I'm fighting for my life here. This is it. This is all I got. All I got is this camera and this microphone. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. So I'll be here. Apparently, Breitbart is upset at Deion Sanders. It says here, Gwen, Deion Sanders needs to make his success about religion, not race. Anytime you mention you black, here come the rhinos and fake conservatives. However, in the post-game conference, Sanders took a decidedly disunifying turn as he talked about how his 75% African-American roster would be seen as threatening and how they don't like that. He also took a few shots in the media for good measure. Now, two mistakes here. Uncle Hotep pointed these out yesterday. Two mistakes here. Number one, he wasn't talking about the 75% African-American roster. Every football team has a 75% African-American roster. What he was talking about was the fact that you have a black coach. Okay? That's what he's talking about. Having a black coach. We know the whole story about black coaches in NFLs and all of that. But when he took a few shots at the media, you should be on his side. Why? Why should you be on his side? The answer is simple. This sports media is leftist media. See, if you sit back, you'll allow black people to expose racism amongst the left. But you guys don't do that. You guys don't do that. That's not what they do. What they do is they go, oh my God, he's complaining about racism. I'm going to side with the white liberal because his talk about race makes me uncomfortable. So I'm going to side with the white liberal. And this is how you guys both become placated in white supremacy. This is how everybody throws you guys all in the same pot. This is why we throw white people all in the same pot, because you all think the same. God forbid a black man coaches a football team and wins a game and mentions the fact that he's black. Oh, God. Now everybody's up in arms. So he says here, when you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. Guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do because I'm here and ain't going nowhere, and I'm about to get comfortable in a minute. Now, remember, the media lambasted. They leaned into Deion Sanders when he left the HBCU. Even elements of black media criticized him for leaving the HBCU and taking all those boys with him. And as you can see, it worked, though. He's winning over in Colorado. Says, who does Sanders believe is threatened by a 75% black roster? Well, that's easy. There's a couple of elements here. Obviously, white media, white leftist media, which loves to uphold their system of so-called white supremacy, white coaches and white quarterbacks. They love that. What else? He's a threat to the league, to the NAACP. You know, the NAACP is such an evil organization. I mean, how long have players gone without getting pay? And then you were telling them, oh, you get suspended if you took money, you know, all this type of stuff. Or if you took favors. Meanwhile, you're making billions of dollars off the backs of these players. But the people that feel threatened are, you know, the front office. The front office it feels threatened by black faces, because next thing you know, the black face is going to be in the front office. It's slowly creeping up. You know, we were meant to be in the field. We weren't meant to be coaches, right? And then the NFL ultimately, which is another cartel all on its own. Says, who are they? Are they the majority white announcers who spent most of Saturday praising Sanders for turning dead in the water program around and injecting it with life? Actually, it didn't. Many of them counted him out prior to. I know no one who feels threatened by Deion Sanders or his roster of players. You do. You wrote this article because you feel threatened, because your feelings got hurt. Like, you could have wrote about a million things. This is why Breitbart gets a bad name, yo. Like, I'm not even going to finish reading this article because just the fact that you wrote this shit tells me you's a bitch. Is this a person? Is this a guy? Dylan Gwynn. Let's find out who Dylan Gwynn is. Dylan, you's a whole bitch, yo. I got to be honest with you, yo. This was some bitch shit right here. It's some bitch shit, yo. Really, bro? Oh my God, I can't believe he said he's black. You could have wrote about anything in the world. I guess Dylan is their sports writer. Yeah, it looks like he's their sports writer. So that's the angle you took. You could have wrote about anything in sports this weekend. You could have wrote something positive, but nah, you needed the grift. You needed to get those clicks. So you chose to bitch about the fact that he mentioned being black. You didn't unify the country, Deion. Why didn't you unify the country, Deion? You had an opportunity to unify the country, Deion. Why didn't you do that? Why did you say you were black? Just pure bitch assness, yo. The fuck are we complaining about, yo? Heidi B. Wilkes just became a Hotep initiate. Thank you. Jabo says, appreciate the holiday stream. Salute, salute. I'm here working, baby. I'm here working. What's Rumble talking about? Rudy said awful. Yeah, just awful, bro. Just freaking awful. What are we doing here, man? What are we really doing here? Yeah, Matt. Yeah. It's just, this is just a mess. Just. You could have wrote about anything in the world, any sports event in the world, and you chose to write about, oh my God, he said he was black, and he said they. Who is they? Anyway, let's get to Grifter of the Week. Grifter of the Week. Can you guess who that is? Here he is. Hold on. Let's put him up on the Summer Jam screen. There you go. He's back at it again. Nothing beats picking apples straight from the tree. The flavors just burst in your mouth. Pause. What is going on?
This is a sick Negro.
Terrible. So we're bringing him up on charges. Goldstein made this video. Let's go to the video Goldstein made.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Got him in a chokehold. Say, I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind. Pray for Unc. Pray for Unc is right.
Alhamdulillah.
This is what happens when you start paying content creators for tweets. This is what happens when you start paying content creators for tweets. The quality of content just goes downhill, straight to the pits of hell. Utter trash. This is what the youth is supposed to look up to. This is their uncle. Joe Music said, what would a NASA do for some Elon bucks? Exactly. What would a NASA do for some Elon bucks? Now you see, he's willing to be a gay man for them Elon bucks. He is willing to perform flagrant pause violations for the sake of the grift. Insane. Kingsley said Hotep needs that double time chat pay hookup for working on Labor Day. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. Hotep Boule said little something for the grift streak. Thank you, bro. There we go. Man, can I get some holiday pay? Shout out to the Haram Life Podcast. They usually bless me on Cash App. Salute to them. Let's go back in the bag on this wonderful holy day. It's wonderful Labor Day. So a video emerged of Roger Stone kicking Trump's back in. Okay, here we go. I found another one. Actually, I actually don't even want to play it because it might. So I'm gonna show you what happened. He's basically saying impeach Trump, right? And then I went here. It says here's Roger Stone's reaction, finding out he wasn't getting much needed. He's not getting his much needed pardon from Trump. And it says here, this media has been disabled in response to a report by the copyright owner. So I don't know what's going on with Roger Stone and Trump. But this is some old white man business, and my name's Bennett, and I ain't in it. But if you want to, go look into it. Let's keep it pushing. So Laura Loomer's been doing some investigative journalism. She said that, here, this is massive. You all need to read this. I have exclusively confirmed that the FBI identified Ukrainian operatives and neo-Nazis who were at the U.S. Capitol on J6 and even questioned J6ers about Ukrainian spies during interviews with the FBI. During their private interview with America's Shaman, the FBI asked him how he knew a Ukrainian operative who took a photo with him the day of J6 2021. Chansley didn't know the guy, and FBI confirmed that the Ukrainian Sergei Dibinin was a Ukrainian spy who was affiliated with the Nazi Azov Battalion. Now, remember, this is, I think this is one of the guys that was part of that white supremacist group we saw over the weekend. This means the U.S. Capitol was penetrated, by Ukrainian spies. And the U.S. government and FBI have still not arrested these people or made the public aware of foreign penetration. This is an act of war by Ukraine against the United States, and yet the U.S. government has sent $200 billion to Ukraine in the last 2 years. She continues and says, the CIA is funding a color revolution in the United States via Ukrainian Nazis and American Nazis who are being recruited by the CIA and FBI to fight overseas in Azov Battalion and then come back to the U.S. to investigate Nazi political movements in a psyop intended to make right-wingers look bad. Now, I don't know if we can just definitively say that that is what's happening. We can't definitively say the CIA is doing this. We can speculate, but I don't think we can definitively say that's true. I haven't seen that proof yet. Although I wouldn't deny it, right? I wouldn't say it's not true. I'm just saying we want to be clear when we pass these messages along. The reality is these people are Democrats and Biden's supporters, These people are Democrats and Biden supporters, and the FBI has been hiding the fact that Ukrainian operatives penetrated the U.S. Capitol on J6, and they have been hiding the fact that they are working with Ukrainian Nazis to instigate violence to subvert the U.S. government, including actions to impeach President Trump, instigate violence at Charlottesville, which is used as Biden's reason for running for president against Trump, and to stage violence at the Capitol on J6. Now, the FBI and CIA are using Ukrainian Nazis to instigate racial division in the U.S. during a election year, so that neo-Nazi marches pop up in red states when voters are deciding who to vote for ahead of 2024. This is a CIA-funded domestic terror operation intended to interfere with the U.S. election and to make sure Donald Trump is never allowed to be president again. This is treason, and everyone involved needs to go to prison. This might be the biggest story I have ever uncovered. And here we have some images here. Here he is with QA9 Shaman. And then here's Sergey. Here's Sergey's images. Here he is on the left in service with the Ukrainian army. I love how she put the little AI facial recognition boxes over his face. That's pretty cool. And here she has some more images. I'm not going to say this is some sort of CIA op, but if a Ukrainian soldier was at J6, what does that mean? Because J6, correct me if I'm wrong, but J6 was before the Ukrainian war. So I think this might go back to people trying to say that there were operatives trying to discredit Trump that were involved. We know that they extracted an FBI informant as part of the Proud Boys a day before J6, Enrique Tarrio or something like that. And then there was Sheffield as well. Sheffield was a BLM Antifa operative, and he was at the J6, and he was right there on the front lines breaching the Capitol doors, who also was an FBI informant. So we had several informants there. So the fact that we would have a Ukrainian spy does not exactly surprise me. You know? So here she is, Ukrainian Nazis. Let's read this one. She says here, Ukrainian Nazis are recruiting Nazis from Florida to fight in the Ukraine war. One of the Nazis I caught on camera yesterday, who was shouting slurs at me, is a guy by the name of Kent McClellan. He goes by the name Boneface, and his entire face is covered in tattoos. Kent McClellan is an American neo-Nazi who fought in the Donbass as part of the Nazi Right Sector movement. He then joined Ukraine's Nazi Azov battalion after Russia launched an attack on Ukraine. According to one report from 2022, McClellan received a Ukrainian passport in March of 2022. Kent McClellan is a man who has a swastika tattoo on half of his torso. He has killed civilians, has several convictions in the United States, and heads several neo-Nazi associations. This man now has Ukrainian citizenship. Oh, he's a badass. He like a straight up thug. How is this man walking the streets, and who is paying for his travel to Ukraine? Who's paying for his travel to the United States? A source who reached out to me says they know Boneface, and they said he's homeless and is often unemployed. How is he affording plane tickets to Ukraine to fight Russia, and who paid him? How is he even able to travel freely between the U.S. and Ukraine? This is insane. Kent McClellan is a U.S. citizen, and he says he lives in Florida, but is also the son of the frontman of a Nazi rock band called Brutal Attack. So follow Law Luma for more investigative journalism. I'm going to keep my eye close to this thing. It seems like some intelligence leaks happening here. If you want to get in on the phone lines, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. We're going to talk about CBDCs next. And then after that, we're going to go to the phone lines. Again, text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. On Rumble, shout out to Tommy Trees. He says, $5 holiday pay. Hotep and Build. It's your boy Meta. What up, bro? Thank you, man. Thank you for tipping me on this good, fine holiday. You are appreciated. What else we got in here? Oh, we got some more YouTube chats. Kingsley Tucker III, 1999 super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you. Jabari Judy said, take your holy day shekels. It's Labor Day. Get to work. Show these guys how to Grift 365. Unc is getting some lashes like Kunta Kinte on Thursday. His new name is Unc Pumpkin Spice. He needs a Raggedy Ann wig like Ice Spice. Facts. 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 Uncle Gulag, says Steph Colonel. Thank you, Jabari. I appreciate you, man. You the man, bro. You are the effing man, bro. Kingsley, that was his first super chat. Thank you, man. First super chat. You said Unc about to go to Sharia court? Yeah, he is. Terrible. Terrible. Y'all thought I was going to take off because it was a holiday? Y'all really thought I was going to take off because it was a holiday? That's what everybody thought. My family thought I was taking off because it was a holiday. What I look like taking off because of a holiday? I don't recognize holidays. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Gotta put that work in. If I say I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be here. All right, let's go to let's talk CBDC. Central banks are doing some funky stuff. You know, we got to talk about it. We got to expose the CBDC. We're going to be doing daily updates on this as long as there's something to update you on. But money's falling out of the sky. Shout out to Syscoin. Hey, we got an airdrop coming if you want to get paid to be a part of this launch. Hit the link in the description box below. It says access airdrop. Wait, hold on. What does it say? Access exclusive airdrop group. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that link in here. It says access SuperDAPP airdrop group. So I'm going to put that in the chat here so you guys have quick access. If you guys want to get paid to be a part of this launch, basically paid to tweet, we're going to be doing an airdrop from the with the super token. So if you want to be a part of history, you want to be, I mean, we're about to take over the app pretty much. I mean, we've got close to 100 people in there already. So when this app drops, we are taking it over. It's going to be the Hotep Nation SuperDAPP, okay? We are going to set the culture. We're going to dictate what happens on this app. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. Also, I coach kids, right? I coach kids international football. I hate using the term soccer. So I coach kids international football. And they're texting me and asking, is there practice tonight? Because it's a holiday. You damn right it's practice.
Oh, this a real Hotep, brother.
You damn right we practicing tonight. Hard work and dedication. Hard work, dedication. No days off, man. You take a day off after you win the cup, after you win the championship, after you make it. Then you take a day off. Then it's back to the grind, back to the grizzly, back to the grustle. Grift plus hustle is the grustle. You know what I'm saying? All about the grustle. Let's go to the CBDC report. Which one do I want to cover first? Let's cover this one first. Okay, so it says here, ECB, which is the European Central Bank, And I'm not going to read this because actually I do have to read a part of this. Because it's actually quite important. But basically what they're saying is they're looking at PayPal's stablecoin and basically saying, hey, look, PayPal's a stablecoin. And here's what they're saying. They're saying this guy, the executive from the central bank, Fabio Panetta, he says private providers of payment services, including PayPal, have no incentive to limit the take-up of their stable coins. No incentive to limit, right? So that means they can print and print and print and print. Telling on themselves right from the start here. Right from the start, they're telling on themselves. European Central Bank is jealous. I had to refresh that. Because they have no incentive to limit the take-up of their coins. What does that mean? Why are they jealous? Well, the central bank wants to print money endlessly. And they're going to go, look, PayPal's doing it. Why can't we? PayPal's doing it. Why can't we? And he says it right here. Private providers of payment services, including PayPal, have no incentive to limit the take-up of their stablecoins or the range of services they provide. Quite the opposite. Their objective is to expand their customer base and gain market share. They may have no incentive to make their payment solutions compatible with those used today. They could offer services. This is basically saying they could close people out of the market, namely the federal government. They can say, we will just transact in our own coins, right? They could offer services at low cost, given the revenue they could generate by reinvesting in reserve assets in an environment with positive interest rates. And while the market entry of big techs and other large payment providers may initially promote innovation, competition could be severely hampered if they attain monopolistic position, as we have seen in other digital sectors. So he's concerned about a bit of a monopoly coming out of PayPal there. By contrast, he says a digital euro will be introduced by public authorities under European regulatory framework with safeguards built in to protect consumer privacy. See how they say consumer privacy, and preserve the primacy of the banking sectors. Europe should not shy away from being ambitious in developing an instrument that serves the public interest by making Europe and the euro fit for the digital age. They always say public interest. This is in the public's interest. Panetta tells the committee in closing remarks, the digital euro will give us a digital means of payment that, like cash, unites us because it can be used by everyone everywhere. It will strengthen our autonomy and resilience by relying on European infrastructure and reducing our dependence on a handful of non-European providers. So this is more evidence of what I was talking about before, where the CBDCs are like an invisible border and they're basically locking down their cattle. And it says it right here, reducing our dependence on a handful of non-European providers. So basically saying everybody inside of here, inside of our sphere, using our currency, our digital currency is locked down. And we don't have to depend on anybody else for anything else because we have power over our people via the money. Okay, let's go to the next story. So this one here says, U.S. Federal Reserve to adopt gradual and cautious approach to developing the CBDC. So as you know, as reported by menoforder.com, and we touched on this a little bit last week, but this is based upon a report by the Boston Fed, which I could not find. So I don't know where that report was published. But basically what they're saying is the Fed is unlikely to rush into launching a CBDC given the complex and uncertain challenges. And it says the challenges are to ensure interoperability and compatibility with existing payment systems and infrastructure. So obviously it's going to take some time to figure out what's going on. But a lot of that stuff has to do with moving everybody to FedNow. And like I said, that is going to be the on-ramp to the CBDC. It's going to be the railway. It says the need to address legal. Remember, legal. They got to make this legal and lawful. So how do they do that? Regulatory and privacy issues, as well as potential cyber threats, hackers and such, right?
The need to balance the trade-offs between efficiency, security, and what? Inclusion. There's that word again, inclusion. So this is what they're going to use to sell it to minority groups, marginalized groups, struggle groups, Marxist-controlled groups, all that stuff. Oh my God, the CBDC provides inclusion. Black people need access. Black people are unbanked. All of that shit. It says the need to preserve the role of commercial banks and other intermediaries in the financial system. So remember we talked about before, I said your bank is threatened. Your bank is probably going to disappear. And here it looks like, well, let's continue, right? So basically what they say is the Fed says they'll pursue a two-tiered model, right? And basically this is token or account. Where does it say that? Okay, here we go. It says one of the key design choices, again, should it be account-based or token-based? An account-based CBDC would require users to have an account with the central bank or an intermediary institution, and transactions would be verified by identity, right? Kind of like how things are run now. And the intermediary institution would be your bank, and that's one scenario where it could exist and stay in place, just in a different capacity. Or a token-based CBDC would not require an account, and transactions would be verified by cryptography, right? It says here an account-based CBDC could offer more oversight and control. Oversight and control. So if they go account-based, as you can see there, they'll have more control. While a token-based CBDC could offer more anonymity and accessibility. Although I think token-based could still offer them a ton of control because it's programmable money. Anyway, it says, according to a recent report by the Federal Reserve, notice they don't link to the report from the Federal Reserve. I looked for it. It's not on the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston's website. It's not on the Federal Reserve's website. I Googled it. It's not there. It doesn't exist. I haven't seen it. So I don't know how these guys got a hold of it, but I haven't found it. Anyway, it says the Fed will likely pursue a two-tiered model for a CBDC where both account-based and token-based forms of digital money would coexist and complement each other. So there's a hybrid, right? It says the report argues that this model would balance the trade-offs between the two approaches and provide users with more options and flexibility. The report also suggests that the Fed would not directly issue or manage the CBDC, but rather rely on a network of intermediaries such as banks, fintech firms to distribute and operate the digital currency. Which makes sense. I could never see the Fed dealing with people directly. That would be a very ugly situation, and not for us, for them. They don't want to, trust me, they don't want to be that close to us, because then it just brings them into legal vision, right? So anytime you're doing dirt, you're going to need layers of buffer. You're going to need people in between. So before you come from me, you got to go through your bank and sue your bank. And then maybe you get to the Treasury, and then through the Treasury, you might get to me. So there's layers before you get to the Fed. So they would never deal with us directly, I don't think. The most they would do is they would make us all bank with JP Morgan. Says the two-tiered model is not without its challenges, however. The report acknowledges that there are still many technical and legal issues to be resolved, such as how to ensure interoperability, scalability, and the security of the CBD system. And also, remember we talked about this before in Brazil. In Brazil, they're having user privacy and data issues, so they halted their product. So the same thing that the Boston Fed is concerned about is how to protect users' privacy and data. Really what the problem is the way the CBD system is designed, according to the conspiracy theorists, is there is no protection of privacy. It's all transparent. In fact, that's how Bitcoin operates. Bitcoin is quite transparent. You can see people's transactions. If you do a transaction with me from a wallet, I can go look up your wallet address and see all the transactions you've done with that wallet. And I can track that Bitcoin. It's just transparency. So, yeah. So same thing with privacy, right? Also, they continue here and said how to prevent illicit activities and fraud, obviously. The report also notes that the Fed would need to coordinate with other central banks. Here we go. Coordinate with other central banks. Coordinate with other central banks. Coordinate with other central banks. And this is not, it's not exactly new, right? Of course they coordinate with other central banks currently. But, and international organizations to ensure global compatibility and cooperation. So this is how we're going to come into the one world coin eventually. As we saw from the IMF report the other day, we were waiting on the IMF to issue their CBDC handbook. The Fed has not yet made a decision on whether to issue a CBDC, but it has been conducting extensive research and experimentation on that topic. The Boston Fed is collaborating with MIT to develop a prototype platform for the CBDC, which is expected to be completed in mid-2024. So we're looking at June next year, June, July. Election season is going to be kicking off heavy. So this is the perfect time to sort of let this thing go in under the radar. You know, it's probably going to be some riots in the streets, some Nazis, some BLM, and, you know, some sort of false flag situations going on. It's going to be a mess next year. Get low. So while everybody's looking left, this is what's going to be going on. The Fed also planned to release a discussion paper on the benefits and risks of CBDC later this year and solicit public feedback on the potential design and features of a digital dollar. However, the report also warns that a U.S. CBDC could pose significant challenge and risks for the Fed, such as, and again, we've covered this, increasing the operational complexity and responsibility of the Fed, right? So this right here it's actually funny. It's actually funny that they consider this a risk or a challenge. This is a gross benefit. It says increasing responsibility of the Fed. Now you might say, well, obviously, because they're adding new technology, so they're increasing responsibility. Really what you're saying is to create more centralization, more power, and giving the Fed more power. That's really what's happening. Eroding the profitability and viability of commercial banks and other intermediaries. And this is what I was talking about before, where I said your bank might not be here, probably won't exist. I could be wrong. Maybe they find some other role, but your bank won't look the same. It already doesn't look the same. Your bank has already made changes. If you go look at your branch, your local branch, it's probably not the same. I know mine has changed. And the way they operate, like you got to make appointments now and all types of weird shit. Eroding the profitability and viability of commercial banks and other intermediaries. All right. So basically saying, you know, commercial banks might not be viable and they might not see much profit, which if you take away the profit, you take away the incentive to be a bank. Creating new channels for cyber attacks and fraud. Affecting the demand for cash. This is elimination of physical cash and other forms of money, altering the transmission and effectiveness of monetary policy. And if you don't think they can get rid of cash, well, you need to go see what Nixon did when it came to gold. With that being said, let me check on my chatters. What up, chatters? Tari said he was working a little bit today. That's what's up. We're going to go to the phone lines. Text Hotep in your name, 202-596-5631, 202-596-5631. Don Day said, how was Equalizer 3? Well, you guys had enough time to go see it. It was all right. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. Denzel must be getting old because there wasn't much action. I wanted it to be John Wick levels of action. And it was mostly all storyline and drama, except for the very beginning and the very end. Everything in the middle was all like, you know, just drama. So, you know, it was cool. Like, it wasn't a bad movie. It was a good movie. You know, I would probably give it, if I had to give an honest opinion, it's a 4 out of 5. If I gave an opinion based upon my expectations, it's a 3 out of 5. Based upon my expectations, because I wanted to see some ass kicking. But the scenes, the little bit of violence we did get was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, just great choreography. The guys who thought through that were just really brilliant minds and quite entertaining and hilarious. I could have just done with watching just the fight scenes. Just give me that 10 minutes of fight scenes and then let me watch that over and over again. I could have watched the fight scenes over and over and over again and had more fun. You know, honestly. All right, let's see what the callers got to say. Let the callers chat it up. Let the callers chat it up on this wonderful holy day. Let's see here. And then we'll be right back after this brief commercial message.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Two, one, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And I
that's
was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Jonah on the line. Jonah, what up, man?
Not much. Like I said to you briefly there, I think I found the PDF that they're referring to, but, you know, I didn't see the title because I'm doing other things.
Let me try to pull this up. Where's Jonah? Okay, there you are.
I put in the text for this too,
so
right?
they published this through the Treasury? And when was this published? Oh, this is the old one. This is the old one. This is September 22, but it talks about a two-tiered system.
Yeah, in the abstract, it mentions the two-tiered, so that's where I looked for it, whatever, in the abstract.
In the abstract?
Yeah, like in the titles or whatever, in this abstract of the paper.
Mm-hmm.
It brings up the tiers. I searched the white papers, but anyways.
Okay, I see it here. It says intermediary. So a single tier and a two-tier. Okay, yeah, it's right here. Yup, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's the one they're talking about because that's the closest I found was like man, you were talking, so like 2 minutes or whatever. But that's
so basically, the Federal Reserve is playing games. That's you didn't find the document, but you found a document that showed the Fed is playing games. So salute to you, because why would you publish this article talking about a two-tier system as if it was new news? Meanwhile, September 2022, the Treasury already published this same work.
September 2022 is new.
Also true.
If you send me that article, if you send me the article that you're referring, I'll find you the paper and have you to it within an hour.
All right, I'm gonna send it to you right now.
And I sent you another article because we're going back with Loomer. Now, here's going back to yesterday's conversation too, and I can't believe that kid's. I knew that was fucking Ken's kid. I knew it just by the name. That fucker cocksucker Ken. Anyways, I knew him. I met him once or twice, a few times, you know. But anyways, that's a whole different story.
Wait, what?
That guy, Boneface's father. I met his father a few times when I was a kid, you know.
You met Boneface's dad?
Yeah, it's Ken McClellan from Brutal Attack. Yeah.
That was back in your white supremacist days?
Oh, well, of course. He actually created the music genre, what they call rock against communism, or RAC, because he wrote the song Rock Against Communism back in like 78, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
So what's the skinny on this Boneface guy?
I don't know. He looks more like the dude from Skullhead than he does his father, but hey, that's a whole different story.
Oh boy.
You know, you're just getting into the gossip of my teenage years, high school days, so that's nothing good, anyways.
Do you think Loomer's correct in saying this is a CIA yacht?
Oh, no. That's what the PBS that I sent you above that PDF is about. So we need to realize 9/11 happened. What I mean by that is the majority of these operations, they don't touch themselves. They're called PMCs. So if you look at Charlottesville, who did when PBS started to look into it, who did they find? Defense contractors, Northrop Grumman, and whoever else. So it can be a complete op, 100% ran by the 7th floor of the Hoover Building. But there's not a single agent on it because they're all contracted out. So and that's how like, if you think about it, if you ever read like any of these books about like Afghanistan or any of that shit, right? That's how the U.S. Army does it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then what they do is they hire it out. They might have like 3 or whatever, 2, 3 people. Okay, even go back to Sidney Gottlieb, right? And isn't it funny that Scott Gottlieb is somehow now touched in But when Sidney Gottlieb was trying to take out Castro with all his chemicals, right, the poisoner in chief, did he ever get actually told to, or was it just brought up in a meeting and he knew what his cue was? So Sidney Gottlieb was the head doctor of MK Ultra. He did all the chemical mixtures for their fine little toys. And the book is called Poisoner in Chief. That's a good one too. But yeah,
I see this article here from PBS about documenting hate in Charlottesville. Why'd you send me this?
That one is if you read through it, when they tried to start identifying people, they found PMCs, security licenses. So they kind of like put out what they had and then kind of shut down the investigation.
Where's the
hit the Control F and just do like Northrop.
Hold on.
Because the one guy that they find for sure is
the PBS link I got right here doesn't have a list. It's like it's a video.
It should have the text in it. The one I sent.
Oh, I got the transcript.
Yeah.
All right, Northrop Grumman. Okay, let me see here. Hey, Northrop Grumman. Okay, I see Northrop Grumman. This is in the. I pulled up the transcript.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how they do it now, right? Even if you go back to PatCon again too, if we look at Merrick Garland, who was the McVeigh prosecutor and did everything he could to hide the fact that McVeigh was under surveillance the whole time. But so if you go back to PatCon, right, and you can go to the Libertarian Institute, tied to Scott Horton, who you're friends with. You go there and you pull up the USSS document, the United States Secret Service timeline that was actually presented in court. And you also pull up the FBI FOIA documents. Do you know, not only did they have their own agents, but they had SPLC agents.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, back in the 90s, they had SPLC agents in Elohim City. So, they've been going private a long time ago, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's when we're talking like stuff like this. I mean, we also know the Gray Zone did a bunch of investigating that the guys that were actual white supremacists or whatever in Charlottesville, they were also being flown in and out of Ukraine back in 2018. So there's that tie, Great reporting, but I mean, Man, this is all wide open if you actually take 5 minutes to look it up or whatever, you know. But then you get down too many rabbit holes, so you better not have a private life like me.
Tari said his mama saw his shirt from Hotep Con and she want one now. Let's go. I appreciate you, Jonah. Let me get to these phone calls, man.
I'll find that paper for you. I can find the title on it.
I DM'd it to you.
Yeah, awesome. Check by the end of the show. I'll probably be there.
All right, Les.
There.
Jonah on the check-in. Goldstein. Let's talk to Goldstein. Usually Goldstein is the first one on the lines. Some groups training Antiva or helping train Azov. Uncle Hotep is wild and we gotta reel him back in. He is wild. He is he's definitely going for Grift of the Year. Uncle Hotep's definitely going for Grift of the Year. It's just a damn shame. Hate it had to be him. Look at him. Look at this. Look at this. Nothing beats picking apples straight from the tree. The flavors just burst in your mouth. Pause.
This is a sick Negro. This is a sick Negro.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Them Elon bucks, it'll get you every time. I was gonna talk about this chick that got beat up. Y'all seen this shit? Y'all seen the chick that got beat up? I was about to put that on the timeline. That shit funny. I might talk about that tomorrow. Did y'all see that? FBA's did a space? Yeah, I seen that shit. I seen Tariq open up his Twitter spaces. I was on the right-hand side. I clicked it just to see who was in there. I didn't listen though. I can't listen to niggas talk. I can't listen to pro-black people talk. It's very few pro-black people I could actually listen to. In fact, Cornel West is one of those pro-blacks I can actually listen to. He's enjoyable to listen to. I can listen to Cornel West, Dr. Cornel West. I want to debate him one day. Yeah. On communism specifically. I want to debate him on communism. No, you can't say no to Dr. Cornel West. Those are one of those scholars you just can't. You cannot diminish his work. You really can't. It's a really brilliant individual. But I'd love to debate him. You know, I don't agree on most of the shit he be saying. But my thing is, like, I'm very particular about the types of arguments I'll allow. And the only type of arguments I'll allow are the ones that come with evidence. If you bring evidence to support your argument, I'll validate you all day. Like, yo, they wrong as shit, or I don't agree with them. But at least they know what the fuck they talking about. Some people say shit and can't back it up. Like this whole gender shit. This whole gender shit is like that. This whole gender shit is about saying something purely blasphemous and insanely gross and then trying to make sense out of it. It's one of the few things that I refuse to study because it is so disgusting. You're just disgusting. Like, we're not even about to sit up here and try and debate what the fuck it is y'all talking about. No, stop being nasty. Get a hold of yourself, you sexual deviant. Relax. relax. Like, get a fucking job, get a hobby. And that be the problem with a lot of these motherfuckers that do this shit. They ain't got no motherfucking hobby. Every hobby they got, I'm about to drop a bar right here. Oh my God. Every skill that they got is one that covers up their hurt. That's why they good at makeup, because it covers up they ugly. That's why they put dresses on, because it covers up their ugly. They couldn't make it as a man, or they couldn't make it as a woman, so they covered it up. No, go get some help. Go get some help. You see what I'm saying? What is your contribution to the economy? What is your contribution to the economy of your people, whatever people? Motherfuckers doing makeup, yo. Get a life.
China.
Oops, wrong button.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Strong Dad, what up, yo?
Hey, what's happening?
What up, bro?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Cool.
Happy Labor Day.
So,
you working?
Hey, man. Of course, man. I own my own. I hustle.
Hold
man.
up. Let me hit the button. Hold on. Let me hit the button.
Oh, this a real Hotep, brother. Oh, this a real Hotep.
We out here getting money. We don't stop for the white man holidays. Let's go.
Straight up. I work every single holiday. I don't even care, man. You know what I'm saying? Hustling is more important than my ass.
Niggas got goals and shit.
But yo, look, first of all, I want Unc in prison. I want to see him in Stay Green. You know what I'm saying? That's first of all.
ASAP.
I want to see him. What's his DOC number? We need to get his DOC number.
ASAP.
You know what I'm saying? We need him locked up. We need to spend a couple months. You know, so this is Clone Unc. Clone Unc has come to us.
Clone Unc, Uncle Clone Tep.
Uncle Clone Tep is here, man.
Uncle Clone Tep.
Yo, he's here. But so that what's his name? Boneface, that white dude. Is that his name? Boneface. Yeah, I've seen that iconography that he's got the tattoos. I've seen him in prison before. I don't know if that has any validity, but you know, I've seen a few groups that sport that regalia in the past when I was incarcerated.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't know if I can quite say agent. You know, I mean, the thing is that sometimes these dudes will volunteer themselves to be an agent. You know, the dude who the FBI put in our protests, he was a part of one of these types of groups, and he volunteered himself to be an informant. So a lot of times I think these dudes are just, you know, they just want to be on top. They just volunteer to do some stuff like this. I don't even really know what the motivation is behind it, but I don't know. It's just something I am familiar with. But the Antifa thing, yo, and the government doesn't train Antifa. They get their information from old marketing books and handbooks, and they train themselves. I've watched them do it in the streets firsthand. They get together. It's these idiot college students. They get together and they create their own lexicon for what Antifa is.
They bored. They fucking bored.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing. They ain't doing nothing with themselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, they get bored. I only reason I know this firsthand is that, you know, when I was leading protests, we had some groups who claimed Antifa come down from Portland because they wanted to help train other Antifa members out here, and so they were a part of those groups that helped take me and the other black leaders down. But they'll just travel state to state in their, you know, in a converted minivan, and they bring these old communist literature, you know what I'm saying, stuff that they read off the anarchist cookbook and random things, and they just haphazardly put it together and try to create some sort of like a militarized structure. But really, they're just a bunch of kids with nothing better to do.
They need some skills. They need to figure out what the fuck it is that they can do with their lives. You know, I gotta start a new movement, man. Give women sewing machines.
Yeah, fact.
Give women sewing machines, and give niggas hammers. Sewing machines for women, hammers for men.
Fact.
Get this motherfucker a hammer. Tell this nigga go out and make himself fucking useful.
Yo, facts. That's all they do. Now, I mean, I will say that you know, the government definitely utilizes them, you know, via misinformation, you know, the things that get people riled up and all that. They'll utilize them because they exist. You know, they exist to be used. They often use this word, which I always think is funny when they use it. They use this word autonomy, and really they're just, you know, they're just robots. They're you know, they think that they have some sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? Some sort of control over their own machinations, but they actually don't. Whenever something happens on the news, you know, they automatically react to it, and they go out there and they become you know, shock troopers, little insurgents that are just ready to be turned on at the flick of a switch. But you know, I feel like the government, you know, they utilize, you know, they put a operative out there for people who they feel they can utilize the most. And these people they're so crazy that you can't even utilize them yourself, because they're, you know, they'll eat each other. They turn on each other, you know, at the flick of a heartbeat. They abuse each other sexually, and then they make like little Reddit posts about, oh, watch out for this abuser in the movement. And it's crazy to see them actually operate, and to think that these are the, you know, the people that get so much ear time and so much attention from the right, especially when really it's so much bigger than that. They're just a little tiny cog in a shit wheel. So that's all I really had to say about that.
Yeah, I agree. Man,
but yeah, man, take Unc up on charges. I want to see him locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My birthday is on Hotep Thursday, so I expect a guilty verdict. You know what I'm saying? I expect a guilty verdict for a happy birthday present. You know, I really want to. I'll go visit him. You know, I'll bring him, you know, some books. You know what I'm saying? Teach him how to use the law library so he can get his head back together. But I want to see him incarcerated.
ASAP. We gonna get his ass. We gonna nail this motherfucker to the cross. He's getting crucified on Thursday.
Right.
All right, man. Enjoy your holiday, man. Get that work done, bro.
That's right. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. See, real niggas at work, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Real niggas is working. You know. Sometimes I get my work in, you know. I listen to content creators. That's what I do sometimes when I'm putting that work in. You know, if you one of the people slinging a hammer or whatever, you listen to a podcast. You probably listening to Hotep Jesus. Shout out to you. You know, when I'm working out, I be listening to Sunny or something. You know, or Twitter Spaces or something while I'm working out. You know, I don't know what y'all doing while y'all listening to me. In fact, what are y'all doing right now? Let's talk about that. Chat, tell me, what are you doing right now? You on the back porch drinking a beer? Are you hanging with family?
Rudy the Vet.
What are you doing right now? I want the chat to tell me in the chat. What are you doing? Rudy's on the line. Rudy, what are you doing right now? Are you barbecuing and shit?
Nah, the old lady's doing Italian tonight, man. We got a lasagna, we got a tray of sopressata and rated cheeses, and a big bowl of antipasta, man.
They doing a real Italiano tonight.
Yeah, and a big bowl of antipasta, man. I might do some sausage and peppers in the pan. It depends, man. I'm out here in a 97.3 degree heat, push mowing fucking 2 acres of grass, dude. I'm about to fucking faint. Woo! Had to get done, though, man. Had to get done, dog. Had to get done. So I'm working. I ain't getting paid for this work, but I'm working, man.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, man, just a quick couple points, man. That post I sent you in Goldstein last night, that's the real Nazi right there, man.
What's that?
See how that man was old Klausy, man, who his dad was, where he was born, how he came up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real Nazi right there. Not the tattoo artist in Florida. That's some fucking schmuck that probably wouldn't shoot you the fair one. Probably fucking run away if someone tried to beat his ass. But that's another topic. But really what I wanted to do was jump on Unc's head, man.
Listen.
She's like 2021. Gave us the greatest rant ever, the January 6th rant, right?
Yep.
The Juneteenth rant.
Yeah.
Okay, then he went on vacation, which I told you, I think he went to Langley. He came back and he put on them cool Mod glasses, right?
Yep.
And then here we go. A year later, he goes on vacation. Now he comes back putting homo shit in the fucking man. Look, the cloning process at Langley is all fucked up, man. What is going on with Unc, man? Did they compromise him?
He's compromised,
Did they
man.
compromise him?
He's compromised.
Man, like Goldstein said, the truest shit in the world the other day, Unc. All money ain't good money. Stop putting the homo shit, pause, in the goddamn tweets, man.
Get him. Get him.
Shout out that motherfucker, dude. God, what the hell happened to him, man? You're doing little fruity ass kettlebell work.
You said it. He left. He went to Langley. He came back. He had the glasses on. That's the first. That was the first. That was the first version of the program they put in Uncle Clone Tap. Then he left again. He came back. They put the 2.0 in his ass. Now he gay. 3.0, he gonna be trans.
The 3.0, he's gonna climb on the Hotep's been told you in a dress one night, man. Then we're all gonna lose our shit, dude. What the fuck, man? Tighten up, Unc, man. What the fuck, man?
Tighten the fuck up, Unc.
God damn, tighten up. Get low, man. Listen, protocol, man. Save me a piece of that beer can chicken dog, and I'm out, man. Everybody, Hotep and Bill, man. Happy White Man's Labor Day, man.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill, brother.
He said, yo, it's the white man's Labor Day. He not wrong. He not wrong about that. Say that shit proud, my nigga. I want to read what y'all are doing. I want to read these now. Hold on. Where is it? I asked you guys what you were doing, and you guys were telling me. Did I miss it? Hold on. We're going to Rumble first. Laura Ann said, just finished a 6-mile run. Damn. See that? They motherfuckers listening to Hotep Jesus while they running and shit. EMP said cleaning the kitchen. That's real shit. Some of you motherfuckers need to clean your kitchen. Clean your kitchen. Shout out to EMP. Tari said he about to smoke. Tari, you always about to smoke. Lave said they putting away groceries. What'd you get? What you get from the grocery store? Going to put. See, this motherfuckers is out here being responsible and shit. Fresh Mike said he taking a break. Kid Kundalini said checking on her property. See, that's that Grussel. There go that Grussel. Grift plus hustle. Tari EMP said I'm going to roll up once this kitchen is clean. See, do your responsibilities, then you smoke. See, that's a responsible motherfucker right there. My homie's mom grilling later. Okay. Steak and still heat trout for dinner. Damn, EMP eating good. Laura Ann said making homemade pasta, sauce, and meatballs in a couple of hours. Oh, man. See? Y'all got them good carbs. Got a lot of Italians in the chat. They talking about they gonna shut down the government. You see this shit on the screen? Uncle Clone Tap. Yes. Uncle Clone Tap. All right, hold on. Let's see what's in the other chat. E-Man said he's watching One Piece. You know, I've never gotten into One Piece. Montoya says she cleaning out her refrigerator. See, that's some responsible shit. That's wifey shit right there. Shout out to Montoya. Fellas, man, y'all need to ask Montoya if she's single. Y'all need to shoot your shot, man. She out here cleaning refrigerators and shit. K Green said it's my day off and get paid for it. See? Y'all living that good life. Living that good life. Jeff to the max. What up, Jeff? He said, I'm fully taking the day off. Gotta respect my heritage and ancestors. Shout out to the white people. Shout out to the corded wear. Trimming the green harvest. Somebody's out in their garden. Meek said, watching the new Indiana Jones. How you watching Indiana Jones and me at the same time? What kind of shit is this? Which one's in the background? Am I in the background or is Or is Indiana Jones in the background? Or you listening to me and just looking at the screen? Y'all some talented motherfuckers, man. And you probably listening to me on 2X or some shit. Actually, that's the playback. Lizette said she did 3 miles on a treadmill. Let's go. Lauren said she putting in a double. Grussel. Monique cooking and cleaning. Reading after. I've been getting back to my reading. You know what I'm going to do after this? You want me to show you how much I'm on my Grussel? I'm streaming chess right after this.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I'm telling you, that Master Focus, yo. When I'm out traveling and I'm home on that Master Focus, nigga, you going to see a Grussel like, you cannot outwork me. You cannot do it. I promise you can't do it. I was up this morning studying. I was up late last night studying. It was 2 a.m., 1 a.m. Y'all see me, I was tweeting 1 a.m. just putting out fire. I was tweeting at 1 a.m. putting out fire and reading and studying and, you know, on the Grussel. Grift plus hustles, that Grussel. Make sure you on it. Jeremy said at Gold's Gym listening to HJ Grift Report. So he working out, getting his Grussel on. Getting his Grussel plus muscle. See what I did there? Mo Fax said it's no longer Uncle Hotep, it's Auntie Hotep.
Oh, this a real Hotep.
Oh no. Not Auntie Hotep. Auntie Hotep? Wow. Wow. Lauren said, only Uncle Hotep will be out here on Labor Day picking fruit, shaking my head.
Oh, this a real
Hotep sister. You know what I'm saying? Get him, Lauren. That's insane. Auntie Hotep picking fruit. We done lost him, man. All it took was a little bit of change, but like Rudy said, what Goldstein said, Tara, you could call her. You know, like they said, doing chest and back workout. I got a 7-day challenge. I created a 7-day challenge. The paper's right here. I don't want to show it to anybody, mostly because I want to do it first and then show you the results and see and tell you like, okay, this is a cool 7-day challenge. But I went into so here's a calendar too. You see, I got a calendar. I don't know. I print shit out and I have pencils. I'm very old school like that. I don't do much digital. I keep my plans are like physical. You know what I'm saying? Because the feds be watching it and they be, you know, niggas be hacking your computers and shit like that. You keep your real plans right here, you know? Somebody's going to have to breach the doors to get this information. So I got a 7-day workout challenge I put together for myself. I'm feeling good today. This is the first day I started it. It's going to be Monday through Saturday. I'm going to take a break Sunday. And then Sunday, I'll probably create a new challenge for myself. But that's, I think this is the only way I can really stay consistent on the workout. And I'm working on my 2024 body so it matches my 2024 bank account.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
See what I just did there? Did I miss any super chats? All right. Oh, God. Steph said Uncle Doubtfire.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Where's my card? I need a card. I need a card just for... Here, we got this is just for Uncle Hotep's trial. This is just for Uncle Hotep's trial.
Call from.
Yo.
Yeah, I think I found that, but you gotta do a lot of extrapolating to get what they're coming up with in the article.
You had to dig it?
You got to do a lot of extrapolating. It's a Chinese involution, and it's a right date, right asset management firm, everything.
Yeah.
But you got to do a lot of extrapolating from at least what the public portion is. I sent it to you.
I'm gonna check it out. You the fucking man.
I told you, 40 cents on the dollar. Well, probably it's like 25 right now, but hey, whatever.
Listen, when you wake up in the morning, I need you to DM me to remind me, and we're gonna work that out. I'll send you what I'll do is I'll send you what I'm gonna talk about for the day, and then you can dig and give me the deets.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's I'm pretty sure that's it. It talks about the 2-tier housing system in China.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about a bunch of stuff in there, and it really extrapolates from what I'm reading of the skim through their paper.
My man, appreciate you, bro.
Hotep Bill.
Hotep Bill. That was perfect. Pause violations. I'm writing Uncle Hotep's ticket right now. This is his summons. Pause violations and excessive griffing. Pause violation and excessive grifting by Uncle Hotep. We have come up with names such as Auntie Hotep and Uncle Doubtfire. Wow. Vilmar said base Jonah. Yeah. Carlos said Unc got a list of pause-worthy quotes in his notes app. It's ugly, man. Queen Hotep. What's Uncle Hotep trans name? Anybody know Uncle Hotep trans name? Who is this?
Call from.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yo, what up?
What up? What's going on, man?
Happy Labor Day to y'all.
Absolutely. Happy Labor Day, man.
For that day, I tend to work on Labor Day because it's called Labor Day.
Somebody in the chat said Auntie Pumpkin Spice.
Y'all gotta leave Uncle alone, man.
Nah, he's not. I can't. We can't let this slide.
Don't call him Auntie, man. Definitely guilty of them violations, though.
Ain't he? Guilty like a motherfucker.
That's I guess, is that the grift we going for now? Is that the grift we going for now?
That's what he's going for. Don't say we. Don't say me. That's all him. I'm not on that boat. Nigga, I'm from the islands. We don't play that shit.
Oh yeah, you know what's funny about that?
We bringing Shaman back. Big facts. What happened?
I was somebody said they was watching One Piece. I was wondering whether they were watching that new live adaptation that they made on Netflix, or if they watching like the regular one. Cause I'm gonna be doing some reviews on that. I'm gonna make sure I do that one. I got that gig. I'm like, yeah, you know what? But they did a pretty good job with the casting, I think, right? Because it's like a Japanese anime and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's about pirates.
Okay.
So they actually showed the Caribbeans love, and even like the British and all them, like the voices in the show and everything reflect like what real pirates would look like in real life. So. I did love that they did that. You know how they be complaining about, race swapping and shit with Netflix and stuff all the time. People don't be giving them their props when they actually do stuff right,
Yeah.
I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, you all to that geeky M&A shit. What's your question?
I had a question about these, like, so how Sonny was talking about in the space area where I think you popped in there at one point. He's talking about how the systems work in different states.
Yeah.
It's like there's something here in Ohio, I'm not sure is the same in like other places or whether they already had it in place or not. Like we got this thing called RETA, the Regional Income Tax Agency.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to vote it in like.
So what's the question?
I don't even remember what year it was. I was wondering if they had that around where y'all at.
What?
One of those RETA.
That's what they call it because
That's the ice cream shop.
Regional income tax agency. Yeah, it's like a local tax for like the smaller cities, like the local municipalities and whatnot.
I couldn't tell you. That doesn't sound familiar to me.
Yeah, it's a big problem for a lot of people here because so you know how they take your stuff directly out of your paycheck and basically everything else.
Yeah.
They don't do it for this. So these people actually come back around later and they'll be trying to get your tax money later on, like years down the line.
Uh-huh.
Right? Because most people won't be thinking about it and don't account for it.
Yeah.
So I never hear too many people talking about it, even in other places. But I was just wondering if anybody else dealt with that kind of shit. I know a lot of people here, like, it's a huge problem. Somebody started like a petition recently.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
To repeal that shit.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
I have
man.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, they had garnish your wages and everything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's the kind of shit that nobody knows about for the most part. And they don't take it out like the state does and like the federal does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo Fax said, dislike a shine. Last name Sean, first name Disliker. Big facts. Fucking Mo Fax in the chat. All right, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hotep Bill.
Hotep Bill.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Tari was talking about today. That nigga need to put the blunt down. You liked One Piece? You watched it on Friday? I never got into One Piece. I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't gotten into it. I just used AI to make a Hotep Jesus thumbnail for my stream, my chess stream. You guys want to see the thumbnail for my chess stream? Okay, cool. I'll show it to you. Hold on a second. I have to just finalize it. I think I'm going to use this one. It's very interesting what they... Oh, that was fast. Wow, look at that. Just came out just that fast, just like that, huh? All right, so hold on. I got to save it. And then... Hold on. And then I'll show it to you on the screen. Give me 2 seconds. Let's go here. I wonder if... Can I operate 2 channels at the same time? I don't know if I can. That might not be doable. Anyway, let's do it the faster way, just so I don't ruin anything. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. And then it should be on your screen in just a moment. As soon as I find. Right there. So I just had AI make this. You know, this is going to be the thumbnail. This is going to be the thumbnail for the chess stream. So I'm about to create the chess stream right now and go live and play 2-minute bullet chess. I played 1 game today and some bullshit happened. Like the computer screen like glitched on me. I had 3 seconds left. And then, like, it glitched. I didn't see him move or some shit. But I was waiting for him to move. And it just said, it just jumped from his move and then I ran out of time. But I'm like, no, I had 3 seconds. I looked at the clock. And I had mate in 3. It, like, the computer gypped me. It fucking gypped me. So, I'm about to go over to the chess stream. All you gotta do is type in try master focus. Or type in Hotep Jesus chess. I think that might work too. Hold on, let me see. If you type in Hotep Jesus chess, what happens? No, this is not it. This would give you this channel. You want to go to the Master Focus channel. Let me see. Type in Master Focus chess. And you'll see it right there. Master Focus. Master Focus chess. Subscribe right there. I'm about to go create that stream right now. Log in over there. And I'll see you in about 5 minutes. I'm doped up on that Master Focus, man. I'm on that shit for real. So like I'm like really on a fucking tear. And the thing is, when you're on a, like, you have this great momentum behind you, you gotta strike while it's hot. You gotta strike while it's hot, because sometimes you'll take a break and you'll slow your momentum. You'll destroy your momentum. You typed Hotep Chestnut found it? Okay. Diesel says seafood Hotep. I like that. Famo says I played 10-minute minimum. I need time to put hands on you. Well, 10-minute is my usual one. I'll do 10-5. But for online gaming purposes, I do 2-minute just because 10 is kind of slow and boring for viewers. So I get a bunch of them in 2 minutes and really like make my brain work, because your brain works harder with the 2-minute ones, because there's a lot to keep track of really fast and you don't have much time. Yeah, and it also makes you a decisive player too, and it really makes you a good player too. I'm starting to notice it makes you a really good player, because I'd have to get into a whole chess philosophy to explain it, but I'm not going to do that. Laura Ann says, love this podcast. Just found it a couple months ago. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all get y'all Master Focus. Link in the description box below for the discount code. It'll be applied at checkout. 360-degree approach to brain health. Get your brain booster. Like I said, I'll see you over on my chess stream. Go flood the chat once you see it pop up. Give me like 2 to 3 minutes and I'll pop that up, yo. Later.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.